I know the last time that I saw him in an episode before this, which was apparently he was summoned by Al Gore to fight Man Bear Pig. And then before that, he talks with Stan about addiction when Stan was addicted to freemium games.
All right.
Oh yeah, no, they did a whole episode on microtransactions and freemium shit.
That sounds about right.
God. Yeah. That show, like, goddamn, man. I like, yeah, they have some shit where I'm just like, whatever, that isn't that funny. But man, when they hit something on the head, it's like, goddamn, this is good.
Yeah. South Park is a bit hit and miss for me. When they hit, it's incredible. But
yeah, like, I agree. Like when they hit, it's like the funniest thing you'll see. Hold on. Anyway, all right, I'm ready when you are.
You ready when you are? I'm ready when I am. We got video games to do. Make sure
we do.
Roll up here. All right. Getting everything set up still. All right. Hello and welcome to Super Gamecast. This is your place for video games and video game industry news. Not video games by themselves. We don't sell video games. But
I wish. I wish we could afford and could maintain a video game store. That'd be awesome.
That'd be fun. I don't know. I feel like there's enough people trying that, and then people just go to Steam anyway. You know, good old games.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I mean, it would have to be a retro store. Like we have a store. We have a local place in town that's actually gotten pretty big.
Okay.
But it's like, but it is like, yeah, they sell new games. When you go in there, it is very, very, very clearly, oh, this is to buy old shit.
Right. Yes.
This is to buy the old old stuff.
I found a retro-ish store here that like sells Super Nintendos and stuff. Like, yeah, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Fortunately, as time passes, it feels like that like gets those prices just go up and up unless it's like a sports game.
I want to talk about this, which is COVID ruined the used game market.
Okay.
It really did. It used to be, outside of really rare stuff, almost everything was cheap. Like I remember going to Cap'n Games and getting like a fat stack of GameCube games for like $30-40, maybe 50. You get like 4 or 5 really good GameCube games. Now that's like COVID happened and it created a massive speculator market around used video games. So now it's like any video game that has ever come to prominence have become significantly more expensive, especially if they do not have a digital release now.
Is this coinciding with the blow up of the trading card game speculation and all that?
Yeah, yep. Everything that happened during COVID, like the blow up on pretty much everything, you know, like that all along with that.
But of course, this is like COVID didn't directly affect this. It's just that this is how we've morphed as human beings, and then change in how we, you know, we're living temporarily just altered. It provided the opportunity for that rotten part of our brain to fester and grow, and this is the result.
Yep. Like Pikmin on the GameCube is not a hard game to find. In fact, they have an HD port on the Switch. A used copy is $53.
Okay.
That's not a hard game to find. Smash Bros. Melee, also not a hard game to find. $120.
Dude. No, come on.
Yep. Oh no. And these are just Amazon prices. I'm sure you probably look around and get a little cheaper, but generally everyone follows online listings, so
right.
It's all going to be probably within $20. This Wind Waker, $100. Master Quest $85.
Crazy.
Luigi's Mansion $93.
Come on.
Shadow the Hedgehog
Come on.
$156.
Okay, so like there's there's an argument now. There's a second argument being built for emulation and continuing emulation because like no reasonable person's gonna be like, I'm gonna pay $150 for Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm sorry, that's not happening.
Oh, there are, because like they're going to pay for it, but to collect and have in their GameCube collection, what they're going to do.
I mean, for Shadow the Hedgehog, I don't know how many units are out there, so I don't know. That could be a fun, dumb collector's item, but like, I don't know, and just.
Well, I mean, like Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. That's like a rare GameCube game I own.
Yeah.
That's $123.
That's less than Shadow the Hedgehog.
It is.
Shadow the Hedgehog gets the extra bump because of the meme tax.
Yeah, I do think that's part of it.
Okay.
I do think that he got a big bump recently.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, this only reinforces my thoughts. Like this isn't good.
Yeah, it's shit. And like even games you know, like that have recently gotten digital HD releases. You're looking at Paper Mario, right? Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. And you're looking at, hold on. Oh, Amazon doesn't actually have copies for sale.
Oh.
That's a bummer. I mean, I'll try again. Hold on.
Anyway, hi, I'm Aaron. This is Bronson. We talk about video games. This is how we are when we get together. It's like, let's talk about video game stuff. All right, let's go.
Yeah, Paper Mario it used to be $110. Now it's down to $45 because they just put out that HD Switch release.
Right. Yep.
But like even then, $50 for a game that's 21 years old.
It's wild, man. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. Hey, what's up?
Oh no, I was gonna say, hey, video games. I did some video game stuff this week.
I was gonna say, so before we get into everything else, I just wanted to say, I believe this is our 200th episode of Super Gamecast.
It is.
That's wild. What?
Yep, 200 episodes. Now, to be fair, we count the Daily Show as episodes, which got us here 20 episodes sooner.
Okay. Still, look, man, we had to get up and do those things. So whatever. It was like 20 of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. About
whatever.
Yeah. So.
No, like that's still crazy.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, it's weird to believe. It has also become such a constant in my life. If I don't do it on Sunday morning, it feels wrong.
It's funny because the whole reason this started is because you stopped the original Gamecast for a while. It's like, I can't not do this.
So I left TGA and we stopped doing the podcast. The Gamecast was dead for a while at that point.
Oh, okay.
We were doing unscripted access, and we were doing a bunch of other shows at the time. And I left for a lot of different reasons. And after 4 or 5 months, I was like, I need to go back. I can't not live this life. And it's like one of those things where I got a hold of you and you were cool with doing it, and I was like, all right, cool, let's start a show. And I've learned a lot since then on what makes a good YouTube channel and what doesn't, and
sure,
whatnot. It's actually been a really good learning experience.
Well,
even if we've had just limited success.
What's been really funny is in the time of doing this, it's like, well, this is like kind of our main extracurricular thing we've done for a good long while now, and it turns out covering video games is like not a thing for the people who have been doing it professionally for a while now, because the whole thing's going away.
Yeah.
which has been wild to see while we're just doing this, you know?
Yeah, like, and then like YouTube is becoming its own avenue for stuff, and it's been very interesting.
We were streaming like
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 days a week at one point in the early time of
God,
Super Gamecraft.
such a mistake.
No,
Such a
okay.
mistake in
So
hindsight.
yes, it was fun. I had a good
Mm.
time. It was just us experiencing video games together throughout the
Yeah.
week. But
Like, I had a great time. Like, that's not the part of it that was a mistake.
yes,
Like, I
yeah,
had a blast doing it.
yeah.
But like, as far as like, yeah, we're trying to build and grow like a presence in a channel. Oh, so dumb. So unbelievably dumb.
It's
Like,
yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know. It's been a weird ride, and just I come back at the end of the day, you know, because for on and off for what 17 years now, we've been getting together and talking
yeah.
about video games, and it's a fun goddamn time, man.
Um, yeah, I like, it's one of those things where like I personally as well have like wanted to and have been covering games either like on a blog or on a website or on YouTube for I mean, if I'm being honest, since I was like 15, 14.
Hmm.
So it's like one of those things where just like this is what I really enjoy doing, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. You know, so it's like one of those. It's kind of like, would I love to see success like in a more mainstream way? Yeah, absolutely. I would love to quit the day job and do this full time. But in the meantime, it is a super fun, great hobby to have. Um,
It's what we would be doing anyway if the cameras were off, you know?
yeah, like yes, it would very much be, and I still kind of do it when the cameras are off because like I
Yes.
will text you or Anthony. You see this shit? You know?
No, I hear you and Anthony have
Um,
talks all the time. And
yes.
yeah, it's something that
Yeah.
you know, the video games and specifically video game coverage has been
Hmm.
a key part of my life, like starting in the 2000s, and it holds a lot of great memories. Even if that space is dying off, like just talking about video games and being in that video game space is it's a source of joy in a world that is trying its hardest to kill joy. So
I also don't think that it's you know, I don't think that it's like going away. I think it's more just it's moving. I think it's moving to YouTube. It's moving to Patreon. It's moving to independent creators.
I mean,
You know,
it's changing. It's in a way it's decentralizing, which is a good thing. But in
mhm.
another way, it's like, okay, so I don't know, we got to go all find our corners where we go into, um, and you gotta go and search for the thing that is your vibe.
And then I think that there is a danger that does come with this that no one really ever wants to talk about, which is just like, you know, these people are not accountable to anything, and you know they can say whatever bullshit they want to say, which is, you know, fine until they just start saying shit that's wrong, and then it's, you know, and then it creates a huge problem depending on how big their audience is.
Right.
You know, like that's like the problem in itself. I think, you know, otherwise though, I think it's actually really great. Like, I think it's very beneficial. I also think that it's a recovery in media, and what I mean by that is, for years and years, we have expected to get media for free.
Hmm.
Like that has just become the expectation, but that has completely led to a just complete downfall of the quality of it.
Hmm.
Like, you know, you go on like IGN, right? And like, yeah, they still run good news stories and stuff like that, but then just like it's in between. This iBuy Power 9070 XT PC is under $1,500.
Yeah.
And it's just and I get it. They got to pay the bills, man.
They're IGN,
keep lights
when
on.
you get to that big, I can understand, like, you have some news stories that are just like, hey, here's a deal. But if it's like just a ad, and
I don't even. I cannot imagine what this site is with fucking ad blocker turned off.
I experience it. It's well, the thing is, I try like the way they've structured their ads, and they do their ads for like videos and stuff. I can't avoid all of them. It's wild, but yeah, I don't know. It's changed a whole lot, and it's funny because I love talking about video games and the video game industry, but I've actually been slowly phasing out of a lot of video game discussion and the space just where I'm at personally. And so like you'll like talk about certain creators that are out there making stuff. I'm like, who? What? Rhubarb? Who? All right.
Well, I mean, I run into that myself where like, the trending game award will happen during the game awards. And I will recognize like one person up there.
Yeah.
Like I remember like last year, I knew who Queso was.
Right.
And then everyone else, I was just like, who the fuck are these people? Same name.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's like, it's one of those things that I think is both a positive and negative about older media. And this is the way it was, with television, is like there's a total of, for our generation, it was like, here's like, I don't know, 50, 60 channels across 80 slots on. And so it's like, all right, as kids, we're watching Nickelodeon, we're watching Disney, Cartoon Network, we're catching the Saturday morning cartoons on the major networks. And then like there wasn't so much you could experience just about everything and be able to go and talk with people about it. And now it's all over the place. So it's like, all right, I don't even know. You can't keep up with all of it.
No, and the thing is, like, I am like super engaged with this. So like, if you're a more casual user, like,
I'm boned, dude. I'm so boned. Like the closest I've got to being in the loop on how people feel about stuff is watching Maximilian Dude, which is not like.
But that's for like people our age,
exactly.
And like and a very specific sub community of people our age. And then like which that's not like a bad thing, but like even my girlfriend will like bring up creators. I'm like, I have no idea who that is.
Not a clue, man.
Could not tell you who that is.
Yeah.
And like my girlfriend isn't that much younger than me. Like it's 4-year difference.
It's why I love having Duncan on. Duncan is tapped in to specific groups and is watching these creators do really cool things, and it's awesome that those creators exist. But it's just a new space of just like, what is going on?
Well, and I think that's like very beneficial.
Yes,
in a lot of ways. In some ways, because like I talked about the like bad aspects, but the good aspects of like you can kind of find the good stuff that you do vibe with. Like like it. I mean, people can come here. Like that's like that's a weird thing in itself.
Yeah.
And I think that, and then people turn you on to certain creators. Like my girlfriend really likes Wooly now.
Okay.
Like she watched his Cyberpunk Let's Play, and is like going to watch his Death Stranding Let's Play.
Yeah.
Like she is now a Wooly fan.
Nice. Yeah.
Which is yeah.
It's interesting when you get hooked into a certain vibe though, and then you struggle to find it again. Like, man, I loved Giant Bomb stuff, and now even the remnants of Giant Bomb like don't hit it anymore, and I'm like, I'm looking around, can't find it.
And like I get why it's hard to hit that though, because COVID happened and everyone moved really far away from each other.
Yep.
and their vibe requires you to be in person.
Yep. It's why Max Dude
And
like hits for me is when they get all the guys in there and it's like, all right, fantastic.
like kind of funny. I think it has moments of that.
Hmm.
Like I think they definitely have like moments of old Giant Bomb, but it's just like not enough.
Right.
It's like all tuned into them, and I'm like, and you'll see like one of their gameplay streams, or you'll see it, and it's like it's good. But it's just like it doesn't have the same energy, and when it and what it tells me is just like it, I think Greg Miller is a fantastic person on that show.
Hmm.
I really like some people they have, but I think others they're very flat.
Right.
They're very flat.
Yeah.
And that's I think the problem. Versus like I think Greg is great. I think Blessing's great. I think Snowbike Mike is hilarious. I think a lot of other people there are very just they're flat. They don't have a they just don't have anything to them.
And like
Yeah.
that's something that you also there's for a lot of people it's you have to be that kind of person, and if you're not, you're just not going to have it.
Yeah,
And then other people you have to
absolutely.
cultivate it. And it's hard. We've been talking on the camera for however long, and trying to figure out what is our vibe, what do we bring as personalities.
Yeah, and I think that is I honestly think the person who has that down the most for video content is Anthony.
Right.
Like it's actually like really funny.
Yeah.
I think I found what I want for videos, but I think I found what I want for videos overall. But like on the other side of that, I'm like, I want to try it a little longer, and also the videos I want to make are take forever to produce.
Well, yeah,
but
that's the thing. So that's an unfortunate thing is the kind of game space that we entered into and adapted to, and then things changed. It limited us in two ways, in which in one way we've decided to just accept, and another way we're trying to adapt. One being we're generalists, and the whole space decentralized so much that you kind of have to specialize so that you can fit into a slot for people. And then
right, and I think that's like super hard. Like
for us,
like when you look at well, yeah, yes, because I've thought about it multiple times. I'm just like there are only two that I could really do, and even then I would probably get burnt out, which would be World of Warcraft and fighting games.
Right.
And yeah.
And you've been struggling to find time to work on fighting games, and you're going to Evo, like.
And yes, part of that is just because like I do not get as enthused about fighting game content creation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is, I think it's just because I think there's less interesting discussion there. I think it's like, yep, game is good, game is bad. Is this like you have certain mechanical things and you have certain controversies in the community itself, but it's not nearly as interesting to me as the broader game space.
I mean, from the outside perspective, as someone who is not clicking, and I don't think will ever click with fighting games as much as I want to, I think there's something interesting in watching each individual person's journeys. What walls do they hit, and how do you go about overcoming them? I think every person's, hang-ups physically, mentally, are unique. And so there's this conscious effort of, all right, what is it that I messed up? I lost like 2 or 3 times real bad. Let me see if I can find a commonality between these matches, develop a drill to teach me how to like try and counteract that, and then come back next stream after I've slept on it and see if it's gotten any better, and watch that journey develop. And then you have multiple fighting games, out now. Like, this is a fantastic time for fighting games. I think there's something interesting there, but as the person that's doing the content creation, it's like, all right, do I want to do this?
Well, and I think there's plenty of interesting stuff there, but it's just like it's not a discussion I particularly enjoy having,
I see.
because in my case, it's like I know the answer. It's, hey, this is a grind.
Yep.
And you have to find ways to enjoy the process.
All right.
And that's just what it is. And there, I can give you all the different tools on how to figure out ways to do that.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, it comes down to like all those videos boil down to is, here are the different ways people find ways to make the grind fun. Try these.
Yeah.
And every now and then you'll get someone who has like a unique-ish idea with it.
Right.
Like not gonna, but even then it's like, and then WoW is just, there's just so much there, and it's just like it feels like it's impossible for one person to like cover it all.
Well, yeah, there's covering it all, and then there's like, all right, do you want to specialize in something? Is there someone who isn't already specializing in this that you think you could bring something to?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's that too. Like there's a bajillion guides for anything you could ever want in that game.
Yeah.
Like it's just, it's so just covered front to back. Like it's not even.
Halo would be another one
like
if it wasn't in the state it's in.
Yeah, Halo. Well, yeah, I would love doing Halo if Halo didn't kill itself.
Yes.
Like, so I have recently gone back to Halo and been playing it recently.
Yeah.
Which Halo still slaps, by the way.
It always does.
But I've been playing the MCC. I've been playing the MCC and I'm playing Infinite, and I think that the community in Halo is doing an amazing job keeping Halo alive. Like you'll go play, like I will literally go play Big Team Battle in the MCC, and it is like there's people still playing Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and like people will have their mics on. And it's almost like you didn't leave 2007. It's crazy. It's like super weird. And like you'll go in the custom game browser and there's gonna be a ton of people with custom games going.
Yeah.
Like, the Halo community is doing an amazing job of keeping Halo alive. But the actual studio that runs Halo is a bunch of incompetent dickheads.
Yeah.
That's a bummer for me to say.
Well,
but
right. No, it is what it is. And then,
And to be fair, the former caretakers of Halo are also currently a bunch of incompetent dickheads.
I was just thinking about Destiny 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Destiny 2 would be a fun place to hang out and be in. And it's a whole mess that we could spend an entire podcast talking about and exploring.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we don't need to do that today.
But yeah, like so like it's kind of like in my case, like I really do like being a generalist, and I really like playing a variety of games, and that's hard for the algorithm.
It's really hard. If we could find a way to be more specific, it would help us a lot. But we've tried a number of things over the years, and we're just not those kinds of people.
I had the thought this year of because I've seen some success out of some other YouTubers with it. Specifically this guy named Jimmy Champagne who runs 4 YouTube channels.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
He is a generalist, but he files. So like he has his PlayStation channel, he has his Steam Deck channel, he has his Nintendo channel, and his PC gaming channel.
Okay. All right.
And he runs like news stories on all of them like weekly.
Huh.
And they're like edited news videos.
Interesting. All right.
I found him when I was looking for Steam Deck channels.
I see.
When I was like, yeah. So, yeah, it was. So I think that is, like I have that thought. I'm like, man, maybe we can just become a Nintendo channel. Maybe we can just become a PlayStation channel.
It's just so hard.
Yeah, like
it's hard for the way we've come up. doing stuff.
It's because, to be fair, it was also a lot easier to cover games that way then too,
Exactly. Yes.
because you had a very like, yeah, a lot of shit would come out in a year, right?
Yeah.
Like, but it's not like now where it is like an ever present running thing where, like, dude, like a week and a half ago we just had an amazing Donkey Kong come out,
Mhm.
and the week before that we had a new Tony Hawk.
Yep.
And like 2 weeks before that we had Death Stranding.
Yep.
Like, can you remember, like, when we started in like 08, 09, like, yeah, every now and then you get something like Metal Gear Solid coming out in the summer, but like it was largely just like, yo, dog, do you want to play uh Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit and Guitar Hero Aerosmith?
No, okay, so there have been, rushes. Like that's what the whole, Madden to late November window was about, was a bunch of those games coming in that window. But it was so because the indie space was not, super huge at that point. And Double A was beginning its way out. Not quite, but it was beginning.
Yeah.
Like you get a small group of people together, you can play everything with that group.
Yeah, even like during the busy holiday season, like, I think back to Holiday '08, right?
Mhm.
Which, like, I remember us talking about Holiday '08 is this crazy time of year,
Yeah.
right? Like, we had multiple conversations. That was our first year covering games. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here for sure.
Yeah.
But like, this was the holiday games that I think would matter, that like people would have to like assign.
Mhm.
Uh Animal Crossing City Folk, Lips, the
Lips.
Microsoft SingStar, for those
Oh,
of you that remember.
Lips.
Prince of Persia,
Yep.
World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King, Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix,
Right.
Need for Speed Undercover,
Okay.
not Dragon Ball Z, Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts,
Oh, all right.
Left 4 Dead,
Oh man.
Mortal Kombat versus DC,
Okay.
Command and Conquer Red Alert 3,
Right.
Mirror's Edge,
Yeah.
Call of Duty,
That Call of Duty?
World at War,
Oh, okay.
Motorstorm Pacific Rift,
Okay.
Resistance 2,
Yeah.
Little Big Planet,
All right.
Quantum of Solace,
Oh,
Spider-Man Web of Shadows,
sure.
Far Cry 2,
Ooh.
Gears of War 2,
Ooh.
Rock Band 2,
Yeah.
Guitar Hero World Tour,
All right.
Saints Row 2,
Okay.
Fable 2,
Yeah.
Wario Land Shake It.
Sure.
I say Age of Booty,
Uh-huh.
Midnight Club,
Okay.
Wipeout HD,
Oh yeah.
Pure.
Ooh, pure. All right.
If you were doing Xbox Live Arcade games, Samurai Showdown 2,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Spore,
Okay. Look, hey,
Force Unleashed 2,
yeah.
or sorry, no, Force Unleashed 1,
Oh, okay.
Force
One.
Unleashed
Yeah.
1,
Still.
Viva Pinata 2,
All right.
Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Castle Crashers,
Man.
Galaga Legions,
Sure.
and this Mario Sluggers,
Ooh.
Pure,
Yep. Yep.
Mercenaries 2 World in
Ooh.
Flames,
Okay. Fun.
Fallout 3.
Oh man.
Did I say Dead Space?
No. Dead Space. Oh my God.
Dead Space. and Midnight Club Los Angeles. And that's every game from late August to the beginning of December 2008 that you would have to do like coverage of. And you're like, that seems like a lot of games. I'm like, kinda, except when you had a team of, at the time, 5 to 10 people, you were able to get it done.
You can cover
Yeah.
everything with a team of 5 people. You know, maybe you don't get everything done, but like you get the games that people are going to want to talk about out of that list.
Well, I'm telling you right now, that list right there is literally the Giant Bomb review list from that period.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
That was 5 people, right?
Yeah. And yeah, that was
Or
5
4
people. And like, yeah, and no, it was 5 because they would occasionally pull people from upstairs,
Oh, okay.
like Dave and whatnot. But you know, it's, and like I can tell you from our time at TGA, the fair review list for like 2011, 2012, 2013 were very similar, and we did it with 5 to 8 people.
Right.
You know, depending on how many people we had at a given time. So it was one of those things where yeah, like you would do it. Versus like now it's just like it feels like it's a never ending churn, man.
Well, I mean, so that's the thing is that so many games have come out and they're coming out all the time that like it's not even an expectation among people to be like, you need to play everything. Like, because of course you can.
Yeah, unless you're like IGN or VGC, yeah, no one does. Like even like, you know, you look at like Jeff for Nextlander, they skip games all the time.
They have to.
You
Yes,
know, 'cause
they understand the assignment, and even VGC is like, I don't know how many people work there, but it's not like an IGN kind of operation. IGN, and I would assume bigger places like GameSpot would be able to do it.
GameSpot, yeah, like, and that's because GameSpot does it because they send a million bajillion things out to, you know, contractors.
Right.
You know, like I guarantee you they have 2 reviews up on their site. All right, Cherry Faulkner wrote their final shape review. Okay, that's actually staff apparently.
Oh, nice. Wow.
They actually work there. Nice,
Okay.
good on them.
Yeah.
What about this Shadow Labyrinth? Richard Wakeling. Let's see if he actually works there. He's a freelance writer.
Yeah.
So,
which, you know, to be fair, has been a use of GameSpot for years and years.
yeah, no, they haven't had main staff in an eternity. It feels like.
So,
you know, like their Donkey,
yeah, and
you know,
like
their Donkey Kong, their Donkey Kong guy, like he actually seems like staff. It looks like.
Okay.
Anyway, continue. So,
but you know, it's yeah, it's not an expectation to play everything, which again makes being a generalist that much harder because
yeah,
by choosing to be a generalist, you still have to pick and choose.
Yes, and you have to pick stuff that you can talk authoritatively in, which is like, you know, thankfully for us, there's broad enough genre knowledge amongst us. It's pretty easy to assign. But like, for example, if I were to give like Duncan, you know, College Football 2025 or 2026 to review, he wouldn't know anything about it.
Right.
No, like it'd be, you know, just like if I were to review Tony Hawk, could I do it? Yeah, I've played those games. I know a lot about them, but it wouldn't be like nearly as comprehensive as like yours.
You
know, so it's like, but like the problem is back in the day you had that issue, but now it's like so much worse because like, dude, I have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 video games for at least an hour and a half this year.
All right. Yeah.
And I have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games this year.
Yeah.
You're
just one man.
And like, yeah, I am but one man trying to play it all.
Yeah. So
And then I get on weird sidetracks where I'll go play Marvel Rivals for hours on end, or I'll go play, like, go boot up, PCSX2 and go play Burnout 3.
and that's the thing too, is
Um,
and that can be its own form of, content creation if you really cared to do that, is like some people just want to watch people play games they enjoy,
yeah, totally.
And so uh it's been a weird
Mm.
experience for us. We talked about being generalists in a decentralized space with where just unlimited number of games. But and then the other thing has been learning how to make edited video. When we started out writing articles, and then video. We jumped on streaming. You jumped on streaming when it was on the come up, and then Super Gamecraft when we started was like
Oh,
jumped in when it was like, all right,
God.
nope, we hit the peak.
Okay. You want to talk about one of my biggest regrets at the old place? It's not focusing on streaming more, because like because back then it was harder to monetize,
Right.
but like legitimately, like we had like 50 to 150 people watching Ray and I play Grand Theft Auto and The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Like that's if like you could legitimately make a career out of that today.
Right.
Yeah.
Just didn't have the frame of reference because it was early days.
Yeah, because like you would compare that to like the website itself or the YouTube, which was like doing 10 times, 20 times, 100 times those numbers, and you were like, oh, this seems like a waste of time. Because you didn't understand that live views are worth 1,000,000 times more than, other views.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just didn't know at the time.
Right. So, this
Um,
we're still going. We're still talking about video games
Yep.
here. We're enjoying video games here. And we do it because we enjoy it. And that includes that includes the video games themselves, and that includes, the business of covering video games, the business of content creation around video games. We're still here. We're doing it. Because
yeah,
we've
hell
done.
yeah.
So, thank you all for joining us for 200 episodes of Super Gamecast. Absolutely wild.
Here's to 200 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it by starting with this first news story. It's time to talk about video game news. I hope you're ready. 40 minutes in.
I hope you. Yep.
Let's go.
By the way, this podcast moving to a new channel.
Yeah.
It's getting its own thing.
Yes.
Gotta mention that.
Be on the lookout. We're gonna update people on how that's going. You should join the Discord. We tend to talk to people more directly there.
Yep.
But if not, you'll just see the channel split, and we'll let you know. We'll probably put links in the descriptions of our videos.
Well, we'll probably be screaming at you to go to that channel a whole bunch.
Well, we'll be trying our best to communicate what's going on there, but that's what we're doing. So,
Yep.
we have our big 200 episode celebration. Like, we're also changing the structure of the whole beast that we're working on. Don't worry about it.
Yep. Don't worry about it.
All right. So first news story. League pricing suggests the ROG Xbox Ally X. Is that what it's called?
Yes, sir.
ROG Xbox Ally X. Oof. Might be the most expensive Xbox console yet, which probably isn't the award Microsoft is aiming for. This is coming from PC Gamer here. And
yeah. So leaked prices on a European store translate this to $1,050 and $700 for each version. Realistically, I think it'll be more like 700 and 900 in North America.
All right.
That's what I also keep hearing in regards to that. I think that I do not see a reason to buy this thing unless you really, really want to try that lightweight version of Windows. Because other Z2 Extreme handhelds are going to be out. So that chip is not going to be on just them. I imagine Steam Deck 2 is a couple years out.
Mm-hmm.
So you can wait for that. This just doesn't appeal to what Anthony and I called the normie or normal audience. Like no, like $900, $1,000, dude, for a handheld. Are you crazy?
I
Like,
I don't know, man. Like, it's, I'm trying to like understand because like I bought a Switch 2, but I bought the
yeah,
Switch 2 because it's a portable Nintendo console. That
yes,
was
I want.
500 for that and Mario Kart.
And, yeah, and that came with a game, and the subscription service is cheap, and Nintendo has a bunch of games that are only Nintendo games.
And then the Steam Deck has a large portion of the Steam library playable on this portable device. And how much is that?
You can get. So I would not buy a base Steam Deck. I do not think it is good.
Okay.
So you can get a Steam Deck OLED for $550.
See, yeah, and that's huge.
Yeah.
Both of those, like, that covers a whole lot of like the gaming audience. Like, literally the only this just goes back to me. This just goes back to Xbox has screwed itself so bad that I am the least invested in that marketplace compared to the others.
It's like, because they've done this Play Anywhere thing, like I now like I've carted my Xbox off to the living room for literally just playing 360 games.
Yeah.
Like that's 90, or that's what it's for. Otherwise, like I can just play Game Pass games on PC. And I just, like, they themselves don't have a game that is going to make you do this because they put their games everywhere. And then, like, I'm sure the hardware will be really good. Like, it's going to be the fastest, handheld ever.
Sure.
It's gonna have it's gonna have the most compatibility ever. Like, you're going to be able to install Steam on this and have your whole Steam library.
Are you? Okay, that's nice.
But yeah, so they have said it is a Windows handheld.
Okay.
This is just they are making a version of Windows that does not have nearly as much bloat, so it will run games a lot better than a regular ROG Ally X. But apparently they're going to bring that version of handheld Windows to more devices other than this eventually. And my response there is like, oh, you really are a little bit afraid of the Steam Deck, is my first thought.
Right.
Which is hilarious because it's a device that's like sold barely 10 million units last I heard. So it's like, okay, cool. But not only that, it's it's just like, I don't know, dude. It's like double the price of a Switch. It's almost double the price of a Steam Deck OLED. And like, yeah, it's a lot more powerful, and that's great. Especially because, like, let me tell you, as someone who owns a Steam Deck, some of those deck verified games are pushing that badge a bit, I feel.
Sure.
You play a fucking Oblivion on that thing. That looks real rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that there's I guess if you want a really hyper powerful handheld, you really want to try this this new OS they got going. It looks very ergonomic. Maybe that's it.
I mean,
or like
there being handles is really nice. I also think if you have a machine that can handle more Steam games portably than the Steam Deck, that's something.
That is because it it has full Windows support,
Right.
So you don't like, because the one of the big problems with the Steam Deck is, okay, well, I have to check to see, is it deck verified? If it's not deck verified, I have to go on Proton DB and check why it's not deck verified. Because there are cases like Dragon's Dogma 2 where it's like, oh, this just doesn't run. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It not doesn't the horses are not here.
Right.
And the horses will probably not be here on an Ally or an Xbox Ally. On the other side of that, though, it's like, I don't know, like, I cannot imagine this being such a gigantic leap over the Deck OLED or the Switch 2 to where like this just it's so much money for a handheld, it feels like.
Well, so
Like
the difficult thing that they have to deal with is that they're coming in also late. Switch,
Yeah.
Switch 2, and Steam Deck, and some PC handhelds have been trying to get out there, and I don't know how well they're doing, but they haven't made enough waves for me to notice beyond the Steam Deck.
I mean, like I know people in our community who have an ROG Ally or an Ally X.
All right.
Like Ray and Ethan and Blasian all own Allies or Ally X's.
Dang.
But also, you can buy those go on sale frequently for like $500.
And maybe
Like,
that's
all the
that's where
time.
this goes. Like here's
Like-
another avenue to purchase Xbox games where we get all that money, and that eventually leads to a profit, I guess.
But like, if you have one of these, like, who the fuck is going to be like, I'm gonna buy these games on the Xbox store instead of Steam? Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because like the first thing I would do if I bought one of these is figure out how the fuck I install Steam and make it launch primarily into big picture mode.
Right. Yeah.
And into Steam.
Someone's gonna do.
Sorry, what?
You know someone's gonna set that up, and like here's the easy baby
Yeah.
steps to make that happen, and then.
This is how this will load into Steam as quick as humanly possible.
I mean, is this just
Yeah.
yet another push to be like, look, we have Game Pass. Here's a button that pushes you right into Game Pass. Here are all these games that you can Netflix, download, and play.
Yes, I think that would be it, and I think that's cool.
But
I also
my
think
understanding is that's not even working. Like they're not sharing those numbers, and it doesn't sound like it's going great.
It's because they've stagnated, because they've hit a wall where, like, I think I remember what, and this could be wrong. It was a while since this news story came out.
Okay.
I think they said they needed to get 100 million people for this to be like fully, truly profitable. And they have hit, like, they've been stuck around 35 to 40 million, depending on what's happening. And they just never hit the Netflix point. And I don't know why. Maybe it's, because they're on PC. Like, you could argue maybe it's because they're not on PlayStation and Nintendo. But it's just like, yeah. But I also think that a lot of people don't want to rent their games.
I mean,
I feel like.
I just find that offer that Game Pass brings is undeniably great. It's just it doesn't have like the kind of selection of games that I am looking for often. Just I don't know. And then it's Xbox.
See, I think that, well, yeah, it being Xbox nowadays is inherently bad. But they have a bunch of new releases on there all the time,
Yeah.
and like, are all of them for me? No, but a lot of them are great. Like like Anthony said, The Alters is a Game Pass game. Anthony played it. And he said he loved it. He loved every minute of it.
Sure.
And that's a Game Pass game, and I think that's part of the problem with Game Pass as well, where games are a significant time investment, as you know.
Yes.
And not only are they a significant time investment, so they take longer. Like on Netflix, you can burn through a whole show in 10 hours.
Right.
The Alters, how long would it take you to beat the Alters? Like, 18-hour minimum. So it's like harder to justify it because, like, well, if I'm just playing like one or two of these new games a month,
and that's if you're
is this
like
really worth
making
it to me?
Making it like a daily, like I'm gonna put some time in.
Right, and I'm the type of person who is that guy. Like, I play video games almost every day I can.
Sure.
Like, that's my primary way to decompress.
But even so, then it's like, all right, I have to, in order to try and justify this price, I need to be putting this time into video games, but not just video games, games on Game Pass specifically.
And this year they've done a great job.
Sure.
I can I've been playing Tony Hawk the past 2 weeks on it.
Yeah.
Like they just put out that Dark Souls like that's been pretty popular. Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers. That game is apparently pretty popular and pretty good.
It's not that they don't have good games on there. They've been doing really well since they rolled out that strategy that was coming out with the new Call of Duty, and then you had Indiana Jones, and then you had Doom. Like they've had their strategy has been working. Yeah,
Night, like
yeah. And then Tony Hawk coming out on their service is fantastic, and they've been doing that for a while. Like they've been getting they got the that Pokemon like. That was popular.
Oh, Power World. Power World. Yeah.
Like they've been rolling it out. It's just they still don't have the library that people are looking for, and I don't think they're ever going to. I don't think anyone's going to.
What do you think that library would be?
I mean, like,
because like they own fucking Activision and Bethesda.
Yeah.
Like they own goddamn so many studios, and there's a lot of stuff on there. It's like, like what are the biggest video? Like, fuck can they do? Go buy the Genshin company? Like, if you want Genshin, it's on Game Pass now.
Right. People are going to be jumping around all over the place. Like there are games I want to play that are only on Nintendo. There are games that are primarily PlayStation. Like the exclusive game. Thing made it so I'm jumping around if I'm just playing whatever I feel like playing. And it's not about brand loyalty. And at that point, how much does that whittle down how much time I'm spending on Xbox?
Well, at that point, Xbox becomes effectively worthless to you because all their games can be played on Steam, almost all of them.
At this point.
Except they're really, really old stuff. Like, like that's why I'm keeping an Xbox around, because there's a bunch of games that aren't on Steam yet, like Halo Wars 2 or Viva Pinata.
Yeah.
But it's, for you. But like, look, we are not the normal consumer.
Mm-mm.
We are like the 0.01% enthusiasts. Like even you, Aaron, are in that group. I would believe, in all honesty.
I don't play a whole lot of video games anymore, but I have been in this space for so long that I have that mindset of like looking at the game space like this.
And I think that's and I think in my case, like, the value to Game Pass is effectively what GameFly used to be.
Right.
Except now I don't have to wait for the mail.
Yeah.
And I also have a smaller selection, and that's fine, because I keep track of everything I play in a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And looking at it, and it's just like I have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games via Game Pass. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more coming out this year. Game Pass games that I want to play.
Right.
So it's like,
here's the thing. Like, I'm not saying that Game Pass isn't a great deal. We became very pro Xbox early on in Super Game Craft's
on the
existence
back of Game Pass,
because Game Pass as an idea, there have been discussions about how Game Pass and its strategy and its structure is hurting developers and all that, and I totally understand that for sure. But from the purely consumer perspective, like, Game Pass as an idea makes a whole lot of sense for the budget, and like they have the studios, they have enough games that if you wanted to be on a budget level and just have Game Pass, and that's how you played video games, that's a fantastic deal. Like, it's a great idea.
Yeah. I think that Microsoft kind of fucked up in a big way by not just becoming the great value of video games.
Well, I think that they've been trying to court the indie crowd, and there are a number of games on their service that are that, but even so, it can't compete with the Steam marketplace. Like,
I mean, yeah, and I think that I don't know why that is. Like, because like if you tell someone, why would you, hey, you can pay 20, because I feel like in most industries, if you told someone, hey, you can pay, in the case of PC Game Pass, if you're only on PC and you don't own an Xbox console, I think it's $12 a month. Otherwise, it's $20 a month, and we'll give you access to all these dope ass games every month, or you're going to be paying, $20 to $80 a game each.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in most industries, people would take the Game Pass equivalent. Because that's what they did in music, and that's what they did in movies, and that's what they did in television.
I think this goes back to what Phil Spencer said, which was people found their marketplaces and they established their digital libraries, and people kind of just want to keep expanding on that library.
But the thing is, though, is like people did that with music too. Like people had massive iTunes libraries, and then they went to Spotify.
I mean, that's true, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say it comes down to the stink of the Xbox brand, because that doesn't seem like a
of Xbox.
I don't. That seems like a dumb answer, but every time we talk about this, it comes back to like Xbox is like the outcast child that unfortunately has earned it, and so now even when it does smart things, it's like, well.
I think, and notice PlayStation doesn't have this issue because I think that it really comes back to PlayStation have their own set of issues. Don't get me wrong.
God, yeah.
But like, I think that PlayStation, in particular, at least still has exclusive or timed exclusive games versus, Nintendo, and Nintendo has proprietary everything. Versus Xbox, they started putting stuff on PC day and date, and that basically told anyone who was interested in those games, regardless of their quality, oh, you don't need it on an Xbox, you just need it on a computer. And then I think that was part of it.
I think it was part of it, but I think it's a later nail in the coffin.
And well, I mean, that was one of the first things they did. That was like I think they did that in 2015.
Oh, did they?
I remember being in the audience. I remember being in the audience at the E3 during that announcement. Like that was a while ago.
They backpedaled that quickly after the TV.
Yeah, so like I remember being in the audience of that E3. Like they said, they're like, we're bringing everything to PC, and we're also doing backwards compat for 360 games. I was like, oh, that's cool. But I think that is a case of, when I look at it, it's like, okay, that's part of it, and then it's just like people don't have games you want to play, dog. Like they don't have like games they want to enjoy on you. Like that aren't associated with you. Like if anything, they associate outside of Gears of War and Forza Horizon, people kind of just associate you with being a fuck up and buying things.
It's a thing. They purchase stuff. They have, a whole lot of games, and they've been putting out a number of them, but they haven't been putting out others, such as capitalizing on Banjo-Kazooie. Or other more recognizable names that they're just not doing anything with, and then they're screwing up other ones, that's a hard thing. Like I don't know what's going on inside of Xbox in regards to management of projects or anything, and I've never managed a project, so I bet you do.
I have a very good idea. You might say I have some ideas of how the internals of Microsoft work.
Yeah, and we've talked about that. Yeah, and that I'm just waiting for the tell-all. I want the tell-all to happen.
I know. So there's this YouTube channel of this lady named Laura Flyer.
Okay.
And she was at Xbox from like 1999 to like 2009.
Okay.
And she does YouTube videos, and she did a couple of videos on Xbox, and like she did one last year, why Xbox lost, the future of Xbox. She did a fairly interesting one called the Product Triangle. That was kind of interesting. Like she'll do like random videos here and there. She talks about her time on working on Gears of War, stuff like that.
That's neat. All right.
But yeah, like she has a very interesting, like, one thing that constantly happens though is she brings up, and like, yeah, around '08 there was a big culture shift in Xbox where Xbox got a lot more important than Microsoft, and a lot of new leaders got brought in, and it was an entire culture shift that went real bad.
Damn.
And she expands all in different ways. I can link you to those after the show.
Yeah.
But I think that you look at where Xbox, during the Redfall thing, Phil Spencer said, great games aren't going to be the only thing that solves. It's like, no, like, they will. That is literally, you as a video game company, you are overthinking this. Xbox as a video game brand is overthinking this. Nintendo gets away with murder. They get away with murder. Because they put out amazing video games.
Yeah. And that was the thing where it was one of those, we talked about this years and years ago, early episodes. I mean, probably throughout, but just like, it would be cool to have more games released in more places, less exclusives, so that everyone can play all the games and play with each other. But the undeniable reality is that if you have a cool game, I want to go play the cool game wherever it is, especially if there's no crossplay. I want to play where my friends are at. I like as much crossplay and cross save and having all the video games everywhere as much as possible. That is what I want. But if you're not going to do that and the game's good enough, I'm going to go where they're at. I'm going to go where my friends are going to play those games. And that's just the reality of it.
Absolutely. And I look at, Nintendo is not a golden child, but they understand this. And it's, I had a conversation recently about this where it was like, look, Nintendo, and really no company is fully ethical in any way, but Nintendo understands the core thing of the root of this business, and that allows us to do movies and do TV and make a fuck ton of money and have a theme park, is the video game is good, and it builds, and we keep making them, and it builds generations of attachment.
Yeah.
So we need to keep making good ass video games. And that will literally, over time, solve all your problems. But I do think Microsoft partially is having issues because they were, for the past 15 years has been looking for quick fixes.
We could sit here for a while, and we've already spent 20 minutes talking about, or 25 minutes talking about Xbox. We got two more Xbox stories to go through. But like,
let's get to them.
I'm just sitting here thinking like $700 for an Xbox handheld that does have Steam, and that's good. But at this point,
$900 if you want the good one, though.
Well, right,
$900 if you want the good one.
And it's like, I don't know, man. That's a huge amount of money. Like we have been having a fight right now because the Switch 2 went up to $450. And the first party games of that have moved up to $80. Like $900 for an Xbox branded thing is a hard sell.
Yep.
It'd be cool if it worked out.
I don't even think Steam could put out a $900 handheld.
I mean, I don't know what the numbers are for their $1,000 Steam Index thing and how well that's going. I imagine. I know it's a good headset, but it's a VR headset.
Yeah, so
that already limits you because of PC requirements and all that. So,
yeah.
All right, next story.
Next news story.
12 years after Xbox One's all-in-one vision, Microsoft will no longer sell films or TV shows.
This is so funny. I
love that VGC puts Dom Matrick right here. Just hey hi.
They're just like, look at this idiot. Look at this fucking idiot.
I mean,
I have never seen a more perfect, like, fucking just example of someone in a fucking boardroom being out of touch with where the fucking industry is. But yeah, here you go.
well, it's funny that it seems to have come from Don Matrick because it seems like something that Microsoft as a larger company would have wanted. Of like, we are a tech company, we are going to infiltrate the tech space in a larger sense through Xbox. And to find out Mr. EA shut down studios after buying them. You know, he's the one that like drove this. It sounds, as far as I know, and just like, oh man, this is funny. I just as an aside, Michael Pachter. I remember listening to an E3 bombcast, and he said consoles are going to become like cable set-top boxes. Like I just think that group of industry analysts just thought that was where things were going. Outside of Xbox, but just
they're half right. Like with the exception of Nintendo, they're like half right.
Well, I mean, they became streaming services as well. Like, here's a streaming app. We're gonna watch it through, streaming.
Yeah.
Like, I understand in that sense, but it wasn't. Yeah, the TV as we have known it, like the demographics that play video games on consoles and the demographics that cared about how cable like was structured.
No one cared. No one cared.
I just recently downloaded like Pluto TV and Tubi as apps, which is kind of recreating the TV experience, and I still don't use it that much. It's essentially a white noise machine for me. I'm gonna throw on something to have on the TV while I do other things, and that's it. This was never.
But like, I have YouTube and podcasts for that.
Also, that too.
Like,
yes, if I want specific things,
like,
yeah, it's all on demand now. You can just do that, and I understand this was in you're cooking this up in what 2011, like I don't know.
Even then, like literally the year before the Xbox One came out, my mom and I canceled our cable subscription.
Right.
Like we like, and my mom is not like a cutting edge person.
Yeah.
It's just that we realized that's $60 a month. This Netflix thing is $12 a month.
Yep.
Why are we doing this?
Especially at that time, like, I don't know how many people remember this. It's not that long ago. I know it's a long time ago, but it's not actually that long ago. It was Netflix kind of had everything at that time. There wasn't.
Yeah.
You didn't have HBO Max or Paramount's thing or whatever battling. It's like Netflix. Netflix had just gotten their they hadn't just, they were getting their streaming service. That's how we were watching Xbox 360. We were watching through the theater. We were watching Netflix stuff then. So they knew.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Yeah.
They were the ones. They were like people. I knew people who were buying Xbox 360s and Wii's to watch Netflix, but for the first year, you could only do it on 360. So it's just like, dude, what are we doing?
It was already there, and then they were like, "All right, let's watch cable."
And I'm like, who the fuck is doing that? Like, just yeah. I don't know. Anyway, funnily enough, I actually do own some television shows through Xbox from when they gave them out for free, or when they'd have sales.
Okay.
These were during the 360 era. So this is super funny to me. And they're like, no, you still watch all that. It's just that, you can't buy more. And I'm like,
right.
I don't know who was buying more, but I mean, all right, cool.
Well, yeah, no. Again, so yeah, in 2006, 2007, I was buying individual episodes because that was all I could afford.
Yeah, I mean,
and that was
my
during
mom
that time.
and I were doing that shit.
That was during that specific moment in time where like Netflix streaming was not there yet, and so there is this small window where you could see this making sense, but it was way too early, I imagine, for this to be like cooking at that moment. Like,
yeah,
they had to have seen what was going on. And yeah, this is the final step of just like the thing that made them out of touch and the thing that set them back that is still affecting them hard to this day. Here they are. Good Lord, man. Yeah, TV. Oh goodness.
TV. Call of Duty. Call it sports.
The Call of Duty thing,
the dog.
Yeah, Like that's
Yeah, the Call of Duty wasn't that bad, and the fact that they like focus mostly on the fur on this dog.
I
But
will say
yeah,
it was a
no.
bummer. This latest conference of theirs, the one more thing was another Call of Duty. Like, okay, yeah. I mean that'll sell a lot.
And it
It
didn't
will.
look like Call of Duty. Like
No,
they
it
at
didn't.
first were all speculating. At first, we were speculating that new Kojima game, that new fucking, like a cyberpunk thing, and it's like, no, it's Call of Duty, dog. Which, to be
Which
fair, I mean, the new Call of,
there's something to
yeah.
be said about the idea of selling a brand new Call of Duty. All the people who just play Call of Duty for Call of Duty are going to buy it anyway, and then you just made like your single player is actually just Inception, and is like this different single player experience. You could get some people doing that approach, but you know. So I don't know. Yeah, that's that. There's the Xbox One and the Kinect.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, it's the legacy of that
Continues to this
anyway,
day. Next news story.
These next news stories are kind of one news story. Oh, sorry, I was looking ahead. Yeah, no, that's Microsoft. They are reversing plans, change $80, charge $80 for this. I literally think if they have so much bad blood right now, they can't justify it.
Which is, yeah, this is a game that a number of people are really looking forward to. But yeah, $80, like they're just not, they're not doing great, man. This is.
I really like the first one. It's an RPG that I put a lot of time into.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm down for this.
I mean, yes, that's good. To bump the sales if it helps. That would be a good call. I think people are pushing back a bit on the $80 charge, but for Nintendo, I don't think that's going to be such a huge deal. I think for Xbox, it absolutely is.
I think that Xbox can literally not justify it.
Yeah,
there's not a snowball's chance in hell.
Call of Duty.
Like that's the only one.
Yeah, So
that's the only thing because I maybe Gears Day. Like picture Gears Day.
Maybe, yeah,
being $80. But yeah. Otherwise, nah.
That makes sense. All right, that's the end of the Microsoft block. So, haters enjoy.
Yep. All right.
It's time to start the Nintendo block, which is only a couple.
Yeah.
But let's talk about
That's
Nintendo.
how we should run this channel. That's how we should do the channel.
That's what we're doing. It's happening. That's what we're doing. Let's do 4. Let's do 4 channels: Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC. That's our channel now.
There we go.
All right, Nintendo block. Nintendo Switch 2 set a U.S. launch month record at 1.6 million units. That's
just the U.S. in 1 month.
Yeah.
On a system that had limited availability.
Limited availability. They were sharing the library, but like the big release was Mario Kart.
That's so fucking crazy.
It's crazy, and it's gonna keep going. Like the new Donkey Kong's out, and people are loving it.
The game is dope. Yeah. I have not gotten to play as much of it as I wanted to because I got sick. What little I have played is sick as hell.
I'm seeing clips. Like I'm not even like tapped into that ecosystem, and like I'm seeing clips of people discovering fun little things. Like, just it's the way they went about developing like certain details. Like it just seems like while they were working on this game, it seems like they were also just having fun with the ideas of what they could do, and you can feel that through what I've seen of that game.
I think Nintendo, this is a case of what I talked about when the launch happened, and it was the most successful worldwide launch ever. I feel like Nintendo is a perfect case of normies, or like just the touch grass effect of like a bunch of people on the internet are bad about this. That does not matter.
Right.
If anything, it just builds more awareness about a Switch 2, which people are stoked to see a Switch 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. That's that.
And that's
what it is.
So, yeah, I know they were sensitive about the price, and they were kind of right to be sensitive about the price, but at the same time, like, It's people want
I
Switches, and they have kept that in a price window that new consoles are expected to have, even if it's a little high for a Nintendo console.
I literally had my friend Ray shoot me a text like this week that he bought one. He
Yeah.
saw that Pokemon ZA on Switch 2 footage and he went out and he bought one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually,
That's
let's go
what
ahead
is
and
it?
let's move to that story just real quick. We'll lump this all together.
Yep.
Unless there's something else down here I need to know about.
No, no, you good. That's the only. There's like one other Nintendo one that's like it's also the selling 3 times faster than Switch One in Japan, and it
Oh,
is
yes. Yeah.
and it beat the Switch 2's or the PlayStation 2's first month, which used to be the old record holder.
Okay.
So yeah,
There's actually
Yep.
we have a Nintendo thing that we have at the end here. I forgot. I should have lumped them together, but I didn't. That's just gonna have to be at the end.
Okay.
But yeah, it's selling it 3 times faster than Switch One in Japan. That is nuts. When you consider like that was like Switch was not Wii levels of phenomenon, but it had a big impact. And so to see this in Japan, that's wild.
And I mean, the Switch One is on pace to maybe become the best-selling console ever. It is at minimum going to be number 2.
Wow.
It is already number 2. It may beat the PS2.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yep.
What an amazing. Yeah. I like the Switch too. I haven't had enough time to play as much as I want to.
I finished Link's Awakening and I 100% in Mario Kart. Well, not 100%. I didn't get all the world stuff, but I did get all the characters and get all the costumes.
Okay.
And 150 CC'd everything, 3 stars.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
yep.
Hell yeah. All
I
right.
went real ham.
I'm looking forward to playing more later this year for reasons we'll get to. But all right, next news story. All right, this one. Unknown Worlds lawsuit claims Krafton intentionally delayed Subnautica 2 to avoid $250 million payout. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Did you read this one?
Yeah, so apparently and I listened to some other people talk about this one. Apparently these dudes fucked off and did their own thing, and when they were told, "Hey, do your job," they were like, "Nah." Is that what I'm understanding here?
Are you talking about the founders, the
the founders of Unknown Worlds?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if that's what was going on. But I can't imagine that's the reason this got killed. I think the reason this delay happened is more clear than that. In that they promised a $250 million payout if they met certain goals, and they were on pace to complete those. And Krafton's like, wait, we can't. I don't know why we made that promise. We can't actually. That doesn't work out numbers wise for us. I don't know why we made that promise. So we are going to sabotage it. And so that's what's happening here.
All right then.
Maybe don't promise a large sum of money if it turns out you don't have that money. Like, you're a company, you have people whose entire job is to manage your finances. It sounds like there are people who are working at the Subnautica developers that were going to get 6 or even 7-figure money from working on Subnautica 2 because of this payout, which to me sounds like who just threw out $250 million as a figure to be like, yeah,
that's like almost the entire budget of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Subnautica makes a lot of, it's a very, very successful game, and rightfully so. But why did you make this promise if you knew you weren't going to keep it? Because, like, $250 million payout, that's a ridiculous amount of money. That's a ridiculous amount. Why did you make that promise? I don't understand.
I think that, I think someone fucked up real bad in accounting is my first thought here.
I don't know, because
Dude.
someone had to craft a deal, and they had to come forward with the deal and say, like, I feel like this passed through multiple people's hands at Krafton. Like, did they just not care? Like 200 of all the when you're a company this big, is $250 million like one of an assortment of numbers, and you're just like, yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, apparently Subnautica 1 only made $160 million.
Which is, a lot of that's a successful
So-
video game, but yeah. But then this makes the $250 million payout as a bonus for reaching certain goals the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah, that what?
So
Like, what
it
what
doesn't
are we
make
doing
any
here?
sense. So they've been spending months sabotaging development and saying they fired the founders and said, yeah, all right, this isn't going to make its goal, and and they're not going to make it because we are delaying it. We have put in a CEO. We are choosing to delay it, so we don't have to pay out this money.
God.
So there's a lawsuit happening. I am very curious about the end result of this. Just maybe don't make ridiculous deals that you can't even. You can't. There's no way this worked out. There's no way. I don't know why you did this. Unreal.
And then it didn't help that apparently the founders of those companies, like, or the founder of Subnautica Studios, those guys were apparently also not doing some shit they were supposed to. So
Sure.
that's
But
like
I just think I don't think that factors much into what is very clearly like a $250 million mistake.
Dear God.
Like,
Wonder how many people went to that studio for like that shot and are being told fuck yourself.
right.
That's
That's like for some people, depending on their age and their financial situation, that's retirement money or close to retirement money if they deliver.
yeah.
Like, that's wild. So
Oh God.
keep an
What are
eye
we
on
doing?
that because Subnautica 2 and how it comes out or when it comes out, and like level of support, who knows what's going to be affected going forward with this. So we'll see what happens there. That's wild. What's also wild is hey,
Mhm.
death threats against developers.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help.
What are you doing?
Get some help.
There are so many games you could go play instead if a game's not doing well. Yeah, apparently the one of the biggest, not financial L's certainly, but in terms of like supporting their games and doing well, like Monster Hunter Wilds is slowly becoming an L in Capcom's portfolio of many, many recent successes. And some people who are fans of Monster Hunter Wilds not happy to the point where they are threatening developers, and Capcom has even canceled an in-person presentation. Yeah. So
I mean, yeah, this is not okay. I empathize with these people because like their recent reviews was listed as overwhelmingly negative for that game on Steam.
right.
But
Which that can be dumb for sure, but if it was kept to just mostly negative reviews on Steam, that would be fine.
Yeah, like this is just, dude, what?
What are you doing?
Like, what are we doing?
I mean, this goes back to like Monster Hunter being the Call of Duty of Japan, and like I wonder how many people. What are the age? What's the mental age of the people that are doing this?
Oh, and then also like, I feel like there was just a lot of normies that play Monster Hunter that, with the exception of the like I feel like there's two things that have led to this in terms of the game itself. One, the PC performance is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Two, the game is very much is easier and for casual people now.
Yeah.
And like I am someone who was always the casual Monster Hunter person. So for me personally, like I like that game a lot.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Yes.
I played the entirety of it with my girl. Oh, my girlfriend and I have popped back to it a few times.
Sure.
But, like, yeah, like we've had a fun time with it. But like, yeah, I think that there's, but like for us, we're kind of the target audience because like this was her first Monster Hunter. I'm very much a Monster Hunter casual.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. And it probably did well for them financially. And, and then there's also like it tends to a number of people say like Monster Hunter gets good when the expansion comes out. And like that's apparently been an
Yeah.
established thing. So yeah, just stop sending death threats to people, you weirdos. Quit it.
Fucking psychos.
Yeah.
God, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like, look, if you want to go comment on the game's quality on the internet, go ahead.
Fine.
Like, we do that shit all the time.
Weekly.
Every week, in fact.
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
This is what we do.
I will happily tell you that Donkey Kong is a pretty cool game. I will happily tell you Splitgate 2 is kind of mid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that's bad. Don't do that. Play other video games and then voice your displeasure about a game that you want to go back to but can't because it's bad.
Yes.
How you do it. Oh my god.
Definitely.
Anyway. All right. Next story.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. Claire Obscure developers visited Square Enix's offices for a quote rich exchange unquote of ideas. What is going on here?
To my knowledge, Square Enix wanted to pick their brain on making on making a RPG in this day and age, and making a game, like just making that kind of game.
So okay, so I don't know this studio's history before Claire Obscure. I also find it interesting.
Their first game.
Oh, it was their first game. Wow, dang. But then there's also like Square Enix has had is in an interesting spot in regards to RPGs.
Square Enix keeps refusing to make a Final Fantasy game. That's why they want to make anything but a regular Final Fantasy game.
Well, right. No, I know, but that's what makes this so interesting to me.
Like Claire Obscure is a lot closer to what Final Fantasy was known as than pretty much any Final Fantasy since then.
Which
it has this amazing music in this grand scale, this fantastic turn-based combat, with some nice additional touches to it, like all this fun, deep systems, this just super emotionally affecting story, versus Square Enix is out here doing anime tropes and bullshit, trying to make real-time combat work, and, outside of 16, failing miserably. So, good for you, I guess. Square Enix.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what Expedition 33's impact on people will be, because I've not experienced enough of it myself to really say what it is.
And I am praying you finish that game.
I know.
I love that game so goddamn much. Yeah, that game. Man, that game is. It feels like someone saw Final Fantasy when Final Fantasy 9 and 10 came out and said, "What if we kept making games like that?" with modern tech and scale and sensibilities. And they did it, and it was a very powerful emotional story. They just nail every emotion. It doesn't get it gets heavy for sure, but it had like wonderful moments of brevity and beauty, and the fucking best soundtrack I've heard in since Persona 5. Like, it's so goddamn good.
Right.
Just fuck, that game is amazing.
And
then you have Square Enix that sort of makes video games, I guess.
Well, right. So yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I'm interested. I wonder if the exchange of ideas went the other way. I wonder if after this, what happens.
Gonna get a real-time game with a bunch of anime bullshit. No! No, stop it!
No, it'll be interesting to see Final Fantasy 17 come out and it plays like Player Obscure.
I would love that.
Right.
I would love that to death.
It would be interesting. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what if turn-based RPGs start coming back in a more like this.
I think the immense success of this game will go a long way.
Right.
I think that realistically that I'm not sure if it'll be game of the year, but in my mind, it is one of 3 games I think that will be game of the year.
Okay.
At least as of right now. I think the other options are Death Stranding 2, which I think that it has Kojima writing in all the best and worst ways, in my opinion, so far. Continuing Kojima's fun tradition of the characters don't talk to each other, they talk at each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is Donkey Kong, which is a joyous experience.
Yep.
But I do think that if you want like the most complete game of the year, like that tells an amazing story and has incredible gameplay, then yeah, Expedition 33 it's so good. Like I said, it's the best RPG I've played in like 5 years. Like I enjoyed this more than I enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah,
nice.
Which I know for some people that's going to be a big fucking statement.
Right.
I realize that I am also not really fond of Baldur's Gate 3's combat.
Sure.
So,
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if there are any waves that come from this through revitalization of the turn-based RPG. I don't know. See.
Mm-hmm.
Next story. Splitgate 2 unlaunches. What?
Yeah, they ran into money problems.
Ooh.
They ran into some money issues and had to shut down and cull a bunch of staff and shut down Splitgate 1.
Oh, man.
So the multiplayer will remain online in a beta state and get support through Season 3 and bug fixes, but it's pausing its roadmap to overhaul the game ahead of launch in early 2026. They're cutting a bunch of staff. They feel like they missed the mark. And yeah. And they've said, we heard your feedback. We launched too early. Which, yeah, I don't know. I played that game and I did not like it as much as I enjoyed the first one.
Can you put into words why that is?
I think the portals were de-emphasized.
Oh.
I think being able to fuck around, like, because in the old one, like, because there's just less walls to portal on.
That's wild.
It feels like more of a straight shooter. It's more competitively viable. Like it would be a better esports game than the first one.
But I mean, is that? I think the portals are such a huge part.
The Battle Royale mode kind of feels like bootleg Apex.
Sure.
Is what I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just think the portals are such a huge. It's such a huge part of the concept that, like, even if it lessens its ability to be esports, like, I just think the fun of Splitgate is portal shooter. That's it. And if that, that's the appeal. Wild.
Yeah. So, hopefully they can retool it. They're apparently very determined. Like, that's it. It's basically and the community has other concerns. Like, there was an $80 skin pack, $80 skin bundle, which, yeah. And then there was the dude, the guy from the studio who at Summer Games Fest wore a black hat that said "Make FPS Great Again,"
which then prompted people to look at his tweets, and that was like, oh, yep, Okay.
That checks out. Yep.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's not going to affect the general
That's
gaming
not gonna affect
audience, but you're trying to win over the people who play video games. Like that's what they do,
exactly.
and that people are tuned in to that. So that doesn't help.
No, not at all.
More portals. What are you doing? More portals. Be
More
chaos.
portals.
So I don't
I want this shit to feel like a Halo 3 custom game. God damn it.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could just be its own chaotic, fun thing, but you have to embrace the chaos, even if that impacts your esports. Because, like, honestly, like, video games are about having fun. Have fun. Embrace the funness of it. All right. Well,
or it's about making very hard, complicated choices. At the end of Expedition 33.
I mean, yeah, if you're going more story based, then yes. Like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, wild. All right. Last news story. It's right here.
Last news story.
Which is our last Nintendo story as well. Pokemon Legends ZA gets a Switch 2 hardware bundle.
Yeah, so this winter, or sorry, when the game comes out this fall, October 16th, instead of a Mario Kart bundle, you'll only get a Pokemon ZA bundle.
So, did you say September?
October. Comes out October 16th.
October. Okay. So, one thing that makes a lot of sense is like people are going to be getting Switch 2s for Christmas. And
this is going to sell so fucking much.
That's going to be so much.
This
However,
is going to make so many money.
Nintendo, you should have come up with some Pokemon art to put on your Switch too. You gotta.
I agree.
You should have made a Switch Pokemon branded thing. That would have been nice. Even if it was just like a Pokeball on the front instead of and this is Switch 2 on the Pokeball. I don't know, but like I don't know, you could have done something. This is gonna sell anyway. It's a convenient way to get the Pokemon game with a Switch 2, and I'm sure it'll be discounted.
You save $20 on your copy of Pokemon.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna do wonders. If you did not buy on the Switch 2 launch, which I understand if you didn't, but Christmas time comes, that's gonna be a big one.
Them having a Pokemon game, even if it's not a mainline, and a Mario Kart in year one.
Yep.
From a gameplay standpoint, they may not be the best games in the world. I enjoyed the shit out of Mario Kart. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this Pokemon game, but like from a money standpoint,
yes.
Dear God.
Yeah.
I really went out and bought the second he saw the footage of ZA on a Switch 2. That man went out and bought a Switch 2.
Yeah. Yep.
So good.
If I did not already buy a Switch 2, you have to understand there was also some news that came out recently that the first they're only renting out like a portion of the theme park, but there's a theme park in Japan that is going to have a Kanto themed Pokemon theme park area, and I'm going to get tickets for that. I don't have the money to get a flight and all that. I'm gonna figure it out because it's Pokemon.
I am trying to think of a franchise that would get me to do that. And like it would have been Halo if they didn't ruin it.
Right.
And then other than Halo, I don't know. I think Nintendo as a whole, like I really want to go see Super Nintendo World.
Yeah.
Down in Florida.
Yep.
But like I saw videos of Donkey Kong Country when it launched, and I was just like, dude, I need to go.
Yeah. There's some fun stuff there, but like Nintendo or Pokemon is this thing of like, I follow on Instagram Reels and now TikTok. I finally tuned my TikTok algorithm, so we're good there. But on both of them, I'm following the Pokemon account because occasionally they just post animations of you being in your house with your pet Pokemon. and it's like, the life I
Yeah.
want to live. Yes. And that's what these games are now. It's like, I just want to be in a world with the Pokemon. Here is a game where that happens. Is it the most engaging battle system? Are there bugs? Like, no and yes. But like, here's the world. I'm in it with Pokemon.
I am so jealous of people who can do that. Like, it's really hard for me to overcome a game with bad systems.
Yeah.
Or just like fucked gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I am not a fan of the jank game most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard for me to enjoy it. It just takes me out of the experience.
Yeah.
So like I've been enjoying Scarlet and Violet actually. Like I've been going along catching Pokemon. Like it's been a nice bedtime game.
Yeah.
But like if that game launched how I know it launched, I probably would have gotten to like the first couple of glitches and been like, cool, I'm never playing this again.
Like I said in this story, I stopped playing Scarlet after, I think it was like the second gym I encountered where a large portion of doing the gym was a really bad puzzle in this open world area. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what have we done? But like there are choices in those games that are not good. But what they deliver on is you are in a Pokemon world. They have these really the character design. Pokemon right now is off the damn charts, and they're killing it. And so it's like,
the people and the costumes or the outfits, yes. For the Pokemon, no.
No, the Pokemon, if they've been like, I've been saying for a while now, they need to just do like different region forms and then add like the Pokemon that they know are bangers. That's it.
That new Dragonite form, I was like, what the fuck is this?
I was fine with that. Yeah, that was sure.
Yeah, like this looks stupid, but in kind of a funny way.
In the same way Ampharos got like Mega Ampharos was like just Super Saiyan 3 Ampharos. Like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. Yeah, give Dragonite a wing mullet and a stinger.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? You know, that was something that I went through phases where it was like, you know, I love muck. Muck is just a pile of muck. That's all it is. And then, you know, you get to further on, it's like, you've made a bag of garbage of Pokemon. This is terrible. And then later on in my life, I'm like, bag of garbage Pokemon. That's hilarious. Amazing. Here's keys.
I'm not gonna lie,
Mega
Gyarados goes real hard. Sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
the Mega Evolutions, like, they did great with Mega Evolutions. I think that was a great, of all the forms they've come up with, that was one of the best ones. That doesn't help Scarlet and Violet, is that they like did crystal forms, which for the gameplay purposes, for people who are into fighting in those games, it's apparently really great, but I don't like looking at them.
I think I agree. So anyway,
I'm really looking forward to this game, even though like I'm really just here to be a part of the Pokemon world, and that's just what I'm gonna do.
I'll probably get around to it a little later because one, I want to see the reception, and two, it comes out around Ninja Gaiden and Tim Schafer's new game.
Oh man, so yeah,
So I'm just like,
hang out.
I would rather play Tim Schafer's new game.
I don't blame you one bit. So yeah, but hey, that was the news.
That was the news. Hey, I didn't necessarily play a specific game that's new.
Okay.
But I've been experimenting with some new setup stuff.
Interesting. All right.
So I am building a new computer soon.
Yes.
It's going to be a very powerful machine that'll be able to play any game, 60 FPS, maxed out. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I'm also very upset at Microsoft.
Okay.
Now, I can't really move away from Windows yet. There's just some stuff I need that does not play nice with Linux.
Right.
But I have been wanting to still have the Game Pass Xbox experience on my television, but not with an Xbox with my computer. So I've decided to run a long cable from this computer to this big television right here that you can't see because of the green screen.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing with that is I have hooked, so it works. It recognizes as a third monitor. It goes up on the screen. It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, okay, I started experimenting with it and I would load up games, but not all of them defaulted to that monitor unless I made it my default monitor, which I don't want to do because I don't want to use that as my primary computer monitor like 99.9% of the time.
Yeah.
But then my girlfriend actually told me about a way around this. You can tell Steam Big Picture Mode that you want to use a specific monitor for Big Picture Mode.
Okay.
And it'll boot like almost all the games I tested, at least, on that monitor as well. So I told Big Picture Mode, always use the television no matter what. Use the TV every time.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and it turns my television and my PC into a Steam console.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty sick, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I ran into a couple of hurdles.
Okay.
Some games do not play nice with it. Like you still have to fiddle with resolution sometimes. And then some games just won't work at all. Like, to be fair, the original Call of Duty is from the year 2003, so I'm more understanding.
Right.
So there's that. The next thing is, and then the other game was the Master Chief Collection. But the Master Chief Collection does have a setting that you can tell what monitor for it to go on. But so far, besides those two, every other game has defaulted to that monitor, and all I've had to do is go into the game settings and swap the resolution to 4K.
Okay.
That's that, and otherwise, it has worked great.
Man.
I haven't gotten to play with it too much, but on the handful of games I did try, the sound went to my sound bar and it worked great. The game ran on the TV and looked great. Like, I can't wait to have this new computer that can actually drive full 4K effectively.
Yeah.
And, Big Picture Mode is the shit. There is a caveat that comes with this, though, of the Xbox app and Game Pass does not really have, like, controllers do work with that, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can use a controller on the Xbox app, which, if you guys didn't know that is a thing.
Right.
But it's still not quite as good as Big Picture, and I still need to use a mouse and keyboard to open the Xbox app, which, to be fair, I have to do that to throw Steam in Big Picture Mode. So I'm kind of curious, but like then it doesn't have the launcher setting either. Like, I'm willing to bet you that let me move my monitor over the monitor 2. I'll boot up Tony Hawk. Play. All right, let's find out if it launches on my main monitor.
Okay.
So so the Xbox app does not have that option to always tell it to, hey, I need you on this monitor and launching games from this monitor.
Right.
So it actually directs me away from Game Pass.
Okay.
It's just, which I realize that, and in all fairness, this is a super niche case.
Right.
I'm sure there is not a lot of people running 2 monitors for work and a little bit of play for specific games like WoW and Marvel Rivals, and then is getting up, pivoting their chair, and then using their PC as also a console.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's a. But you know what? Valve did think of that use case, though.
Exactly. Oh man, it's a very specific selection of people, and wouldn't you know it, we happen to be those selection of people. Just
yes, and then there's a bunch of other janky shit that comes with using a TV, big ass TV, and playing games on it with a computer. That like some hurdles to go through, but it's kind of sick when you do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna play around with it more. I've recently gotten back into Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Okay.
because I have wanted to get that last Steam achievement I've been wanting. And
close are
then, I think I'm like 4.5 million Zenny away.
Oh, you got it.
That's it's literally just grind matches and sets, and I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've been playing Marvel Rivals and Tony Hawk and Street Fighter.
Selection of games.
Oh, by the way, if you ever buy an OLED TV or an OLED monitor, I can tell you the perfect game to test it.
Okay.
Because we got these OLED monitors in, and I want to test them. The Tetris Effect, with its black backgrounds and poppy colors, is like the ultimate OLED test factory.
Interesting. Okay.
It's fantastic. I like got done with that first batch of levels it has you do, and I'm like, I kind of want to keep playing. Tetris Effect is a dope game.
Right.
Such a good ass game. It actually made me even more stoked for Luminous Arise.
Sure.
Because it is like combining the Tetris Effect visuals and style with Luminous, and I'm just like, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But no, this is actually kind of, this whole TV thing has kind of reinvigorated my love for PC gaming, because I'm just like, okay, I can run this to the television and most games will function properly.
Mm-hmm.
I can play on the computer for competitive games or streaming games. And then for select games, not all games, but for select games, I can play them on my Steam Deck.
Right.
So it's just like, I don't know, like, this is like, I basically, outside of the occasional PlayStation exclusive, or a game that just will not run on the computer particularly great, or as a shit PC port, like Monster Hunter, for example.
Right.
I like have kind of like considered like, hey, maybe I should just boil everything down to Steam and Nintendo.
Well, so
yeah. Just
I mean the part of the problem is we're covering video games, so like having the PlayStation there is important for what you do.
Yeah, like I would keep the PlayStation around because, one, I like having a 4K Blu-ray player.
That's nice.
And two is like, yeah, like Death Stranding is not on the computer.
Right. At least not now. But
Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei is not on the computer.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
But like what you're saying, like you have a as close to a console experience as you're going to get on the big TV, and you have now officially invested in a machine that's going to last you for a while, and play a whole lot. So like you are in the perfect position to become Mr. PC and Nintendo now.
Yeah, yes, that is, yes. Especially because Sony has definitely slowed their output, which has made me less interested in their ecosystem. Because like they're putting, they put out 2 games this year.
Right.
Yeah, Death Stranding and Ghost of Yotei. Death Stranding's a banger.
Yep.
Ghost of Yotei will also probably be a banger.
Right.
I don't doubt that. But yeah.
It's it's looking good. But yeah, the Nintendo being Nintendo and being like the premier, slightly more budget now, of portable gaming, and then like PC being your master machine, like that's kind of all you need other than exclusives from the others.
And like if I want to take an indie game portably, like the deck is there. It's great.
Yeah, if it's not on Nintendo, like the deck is there. So
yeah, like yeah, man. Like it's like I said, I mean, like I other than old games and it being like a living room box, like the Xbox, it's done. Obviously, I do not recommend this for everyone. One, this is an expensive as shit setup.
That setup that you've got is like a fever dream to me. That's a wild.
Yeah, like one, this is a wildly expensive setup. 2 is not only is it wildly expensive, it requires a lot of troubleshooting and fucking around with shit. Like I spent basically an entire evening testing multi-monitor, treating my PC as a console nonsense. So that is something to consider.
Yep.
And then also there's the fact that like part of the reason I'm keeping a PlayStation around is one, hard copy video games. Two is because shit PC ports happen every year.
Right.
Every year.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Wilds, fucking Final Fantasy 16 had a bad PC port. Fucking like just bad PC ports still happen quite frequently enough to where having a PlayStation for that is a valuable investment.
Yep.
But no, like, yeah, no, man, it's first, like, it's gonna be an interesting little setup I'm trying here.
I'm excited. It sounds like fun.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm excited to get the proper new build done and get in and really see, like, okay, this is the second best video card money can buy and the best processor money can buy. Where we, like, what are the limitations?
Yep.
Yeah. So
it'll be interesting. Well, we're just about the end of the podcast. Is there anything else you played beyond? It was like Tony Hawk and the other two games you were playing, and then you were playing a little bit of Street Fighter to prepare for Evo.
Yeah, I won 1 match out of 10 against a Diamond 4 Bison.
All right.
And I found out my first match against at Evo is a guy who is ranked 187 out of the 5,400 people at Evo.
Hell yeah. It's the Evo experience. Let's go.
I'm going to give it my smile, man. I'm going to come in. I'm going to come out and I'm going to be like, all right, you don't know how bad I am.
Yep, exactly.
I'm going to start, I'm going to try a bunch of shit and see how it works.
Treat them like they're anyone else, man. That's how they don't know.
Yep. It's like, all right, let's see if you block sweeps, my friend.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping for the best for you with Evo coming up here. And yeah, I haven't been playing many video games. I've had other shit going on in my life, so just
Fair.
not a whole lot going on. But anyway, that's a show. Thank you all for hanging out. Discord, follows, likes, subs, they help us a lot. We'll see you around. Bye-bye.